has just found out she has been blessed with the joy of motherhood. Yet she asks herself, how will she handle her hectic schedule of life and work with this newly found joy? Surely, her child deserves that proper care. That one-on-one bonding time is crucial for its development, and time is of the essence for proper recovery. This thought overwhelms her, but she realizes she has nothing to worry about.
Today, we hope to convince you that the United States must combat the appalling policies on maternity leave. Half of America's workforce is composed of parents sharing childcare responsibilities while managing work. We will soon become a part of this workforce. As college students, we are preoccupied with our education and don't foresee children in our future. However, the day will come when we, or someone we know, will decide to have a child. However, due to the lack of paid maternal leave, we will come across some of the most difficult problems in the workforce, which are childcare, financial responsibilities, and other responsibilities.
Today, we will discuss the harms due to the lack of maternity leave. We will uncover the roots of the problem and provide you with some solutions to it. So here to talk to you about the economic harms are Linnell and Maggie.
Thank you. Lack of paid maternity leave causes enormous problems with families, the economy, and companies. It causes economic problems.
It takes a toll on family financially. Not all companies are required to provide paid maternity leave. Usually only private companies they provide paid maternity leave. According to the economy, paid or unpaid leave by the Council of Advisors Economy, published on June 2014, maternity leave in the United States usually remain unpaid with the exception of California, New Jersey, Rhode Island, and Connecticut.
Lack of paid maternity leave has an enormous impact on the companies. It causes health problems, which in turn has a large expenditure on insurance. Due to this problem, families have to take out loans to pay for insurance, which leads to stress and depression, postpartum depression. Women who take shorter maternity leave often leads to stress. There's a correlation between higher infant mortality and lack of unpaid maternal leave.
Lack of unpaid maternity leave have a significant decrease in job performance. Imagine, you guys go to work in the morning after a night of this. It creates an unmotivated workers because the workers are overly stressed. They need to juggle all the responsibility as a parents and also as workers, which is leave them no time to adjust their new schedule and lead to low job performance in their work field.
It creates tension in the companies because they have to retrain and hire new employees. The average cost to replace an employee is 21% of the average annual employee's salary. This cost can be reduced with friendly family leave policies. In fact, a survey of 253 employees affected by the California leave policy noticed that this did not have any harm on profitability and morale.
Unpaid maternity leave, it creates unemployment. So, it creates economic problems to the family, especially for low-income households, because the amount of money that goes into having a baby, and also the amount of money they lost because taking maternity leave. And also, it creates a devastating impact to the family, especially single parents, because usually they're the only one who provide the family financially.
So now to talk about the harms on family will be Michelle and Melissa.
Thank you, Linnell.
Lack of paid parental leave increases depression, stress, and developmental problems for children. There is a huge stress that put on parents who just had a child.
Men become stressed because they feel that they have the financial responsibility after having the child, according to The Guardian on January 2014.
For women, stress is also caused because they feel very pressured to perform well at work while also having the maternal duties at home.
65% of women return to work within the first 12 weeks after giving childbirth.
For mothers, stress is also produced from lack of interaction with their baby. As mentioned in the article, Length of Maternal Leave, and Quality Mother-Infant Interactions by Rosa and Clark.
And households undergo financial distress due to a lack of income.
The average middle-class income is about $50,000 annually.
To take unpaid leave for 4 to 6 weeks, families would have to set aside at least $4,000 for living expenses alone.
Now, childbirth costs up to $37,000 for natural births, and for C-sections, it's about $71,000. And here's the pie chart that shows the expenses. And all of these expenses combined create a huge financial burden on families, especially on those who are on unpaid leave.
And as Kaiser Health News informs us in the article, How Much to Deliver a Baby, published by CNN in 2014, that the expense to raise a child annually would be about $14,900. So it would take a family about $1,300 for a typical 4 to 6 weeks of unpaid leave.
Now, to talk about the depressions, women become depressed from time away from their baby.
Research shows an increase in depression for both men and women.
And for men, on the other hand, since they have a lot of stress because of all the financial responsibilities and problems, they tend to, turn and get into a lot of depression as well.
Women also become depressed because of overwhelming stress.
Not only does the man end up with all of the financial responsibility,
Men, interestingly, can also become depressed due to a lack of unpaid parental leave.
because 65% of women return to the workforce within the first 12 weeks after childbirth, the child tends to grow up with developmental problems.
But because he is at work, there is less bonding time with the parent, so the father feels this and becomes stressed, according to the article, The Guardian in 2014.
The person with the mother role also changes frequently, especially because mothers usually tend to work a full-time schedule.
Moreover, due to the policies in maternity leave, the workplace demands that mothers be back to work within 12 weeks, and this impedes children from developing an uninterrupted, intimate, and continuous connection with their mothers.
And children who do not have enough bonding time with their mothers are deprived from learning very important skills that can lead them to success later on in life.
This interruption in mother-infant relations leads to developmental and psychological problems in children.
They had higher educational attainment, lower teen pregnancy scores, higher IQ scores also, and not only that, but they had higher earnings compared to those whose parents were on unpaid leave.
The article Paid Leave Benefits Children and Families, published by CNN in 2015, mentions that one study found long-term benefits in children whose mothers received maternity leave. And now Michelle and Linnell will talk about the harms on women.
Thank you.
The lack of maternity leave has a tremendous impact on the lives of women. It does not give them the proper rest time after childbirth, and it also instigates the workplace discrimination. Women who were given 3 to 4 weeks of paid maternity leave believe that it was not enough time for them to have the proper rest.
Women have a higher rate